Many thanks for staying with us. We continue with the broadcast now. And it's been deemed the most progressive constitution in Africa. But 16 years later, Kenya's new constitution faces major implementation challenges. From the two-thirds gender rule to constitutional issues around public funds and matters devolution, Kenya's 2010 constitution still has key principles and statutory alignments awaiting full realization. But why are there major challenges to implement them? KTN's Daniel Kariuki interrogates.
President will wave it to the crowd.
The Constitution of Kenya was promulgated on 27th of August 2010 in a ceremony witnessed worldwide and truly gave the sense that Kenya had entered into a new era. 27th August 2026 marks the 16th anniversary of the promulgation of Kenya's new constitution.
His Excellency the President.
Hailed by some as one of the most progressive constitution, the new chapter has been facing implementation challenges with the suggestions that sections of the legislature and executive are hell-bent on influencing the process for political reasons.
When they are swearing into office, they hold the constitution and they swear that they are going to ensure that the constitution is what is going to run or govern the country with or by. But that has not been happening. So the constitution will live, it will outlive them.
Various critical issues are yet to be implemented in the 2010 constitution 16 years later. They include the two-third gender rule that Parliament repeatedly failed to pass laws to ensure that no more than two-thirds of the elective or appointive positions are of the same gender. Control of resources, full police independence and security reforms, Bill of Rights and public participation. Implementing Kenya's constitution two-thirds gender rule has faced major hurdles arising from lawmakers delaying to pass enforcement laws, worried about growing public wage bills, and clash over how to add nominated seats.
50% in the 60s. All they're asking for today is 1/3. I think we have a responsibility to work together.
We are talking about Katiba 16. Maybe it's a time to sit down and ask ourselves, do we need to amend the areas that we feel they are not very important or they are pulling us behind from getting to Singapore?
The solution will be change of guard in terms of who is the head of the executive and who are the members of the National Assembly, for example.
If we have a parliament that is independent, that separates itself from the executive, then we are likely to have better outcomes and better choices.
The Bill of Rights is another key issue that is yet to be fully implemented. Kenyans have witnessed massive killings orchestrated by police. Abductions and enforced disappearances have been the order of the day, leaving the government under fire.
The constitution as it is, adopted maybe from the United States, is very, very good document. But to be applied in a third world country, it has had its own fair challenges.
While the Kenyan parliament is seen as the major actor in the violation of the implementation of the new constitution, the executive has in some cases also failed to implement already enacted laws.
We've had a president who has governed us for the last 10 years. We are now having a president who is serving us for about 4 years at the moment. The question of lack of political goodwill is what they share. That is the commonality between the two of them.
But what could be the main reason why these sections are not implemented? Some parts of the Kenya's 2010 constitution remain unimplemented or delayed due to political self-interest, resistance from traditional centers of power, weak institutional frameworks, and high financial costs.
When you have a system that favors a certain elite or a certain group of people, and then you have a radical change, there are people whose mindset is still vested in the old system.
Kenyan judiciary has issued landmark rulings enforcing the 2010 constitution, checking executive and legislative overreach, shaping devolution, and embedding the Bill of Rights. Key decisions include mandating legislative compliance with the two-thirds gender rule and defining the mandatory concurrence of parliament houses on bills.
Have we fumbled in terms of implementation? Have we gotten it wrong? Some aspects, yes, we have.
We have many times when the president of our country has defied court orders. We have many a times that the executive has disregarded valid court orders.
Courts have consistently struck down national legislation or administrative directives that attempt to claw back devolved functions such as health, agriculture, and local trade, or misalocate funds meant for the 47 county governments.
We have a lot of things to audit the current regime on the ruling class come 2027, not only by the developmental issues, but also by how they have respected our good constitution.
Observers say while the document is progressive, turning its promises into reality faces major hurdles. Daniel Kariuki, KTN.
Now, the much anticipated auction of former Cabinet Secretary